Welcome to Deliciously Motivated Mindset, hosted by Deborah and Moira. This podcast is designed to help listeners unlock their full potential, both personally and professionally, so they can thrive, not just survive. Deborah and Moira explore how natural tendencies don't always serve individuals and provide insights on how to harness existing strengths. Their goal is to equip listeners with the habits, mindset shifts, and strategies needed for lasting, meaningful change. Finding purpose and fulfillment can be challenging, but this podcast offers expert conversations, practical advice, and valuable tools to help align with a true sense of purpose and create a more fulfilling life. So grab a notebook, open your notes app, and get ready to take in some game-changing insights. Let's dive in.
Welcome, dear listeners. Welcome, dear Deb.
Hi.
Hello, my dear. Welcome to another one of our deliciously motivated mindset conversations. And
Ooh la la.
oh la la.
Ooh la la.
I like that. That's a nice feeling. It's the way to start, because this is going to be a really good one. Of course, they're always good ones.
We want to make sure it's an ooh la la, not a heavy one.
I know, because we're going to talk about strategies to stop the addiction to overthinking. And it's funny, we were just riffing a wee bit before we hit record here, and we were saying, that overthinking thing, which trips us all up, it really is an addiction. So let's see if we can kind of get a hold of that and stop it, or maybe just recognize it. But before we get into riffing about our strategies on releasing, letting go the propensity to be addicted to overthinking, let's bring ourselves into our heart space. And so this is us going to create a wee bit of heart coherence. Heart coherence wherever you are. And so if it feels right for you and it feels comfortable, you can put one or both hands over your heart. If not, that's okay, but just pretend, set the intention that you're breathing in and out of your heart space. So take a nice deep breath in. And you could sigh it out of your mouth. Maybe even releasing some of that crazy thinking stuff.
It's just as you were saying this, I'm like, I'm breathing out that overthinking that I've got to get done, and text messages come in. I'm like,
I just had to put that in there.
You must have seen my mind, like, oh. Whoops, going back to the mic here.
And it got back into your heart. Breathe into your heart space. Feel your feet connecting you to the earth. And if you're sitting, feel your connection to whatever you're sitting on. And breathe in again. And allow your breathing to find its natural rhythm, but at a deeper and slower pace than when you're in your head overthinking. Just breathe in and out. Your rhythm. I think that a really good rhythm is to breathe in for the count of 5, pause slightly, and then breathe out for the count of 5. But if that's too much or too little, like I said, find yours. Breathe in and breathe out with the intention that you're connecting your energies with us, with myself and Deb here, and connecting the energies with everyone around you. And with nature. And breathe in whatever calming, soothing, balancing, uplifting energies you need. And breathe out, sending that into the collective. Sharing your beautiful, unique energy. Breathe into your heart. And breathe out. And I really encourage you to come back to this type of breathing, this breathing into your heart, intending that you're breathing in and out of your heart in order to come out of the overthinking. And so now, all of that being said,
tip number 1.
That is tip number 1. Absolutely it is. And so if you haven't grabbed your note-taking device, we encourage you to do so, because we do really want to unpack this and give you as many strategies and ideas that really resonate with you and help you stop the addiction to overthinking. So yes, you're right. the very first strategy is hand on your heart and slow your breathing down, deepen your breathing, right?
Absolutely. And when you were even just saying that, I started going, not only that, just to do that, but also I know Tony Robbins says, change your state.
Change your state. Yeah.
Change your state, and he punches the air and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, just for the record, people, I'm not a jump up, punch the air, change your state, make a
Nor,
move. That's what you have to say.
nor
I'm
am
not.
I.
I'm
Nor am I.
no, 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 no. But the make a move part of that. So, if we're thinking about the overthinking, it's in our head, and it's like a head loop. It's like
Yeah.
going round and
Yeah.
round and round again. But
Crazy
if you
making thinking.
yeah, that's it. Yeah, I was like, can't say that, can't say that, can't say
Yep.
that. So yeah, head loop came out. But I was thinking, if you can move your body,
Mhm.
it interrupts your head loop,
Yeah.
because you're no longer just sitting here. So if you're sitting at your desk and you're overthinking and thinking and thinking, just get up and take a walk, move away from your desk, just move away, just breathe, stretch, even just stay at your desk and reach for the sky and touch your toes or anything. Just whatever you do that interrupts that mental pattern thinking, that can change it.
Yeah. So basically get into your body. Feel your
Yeah,
body.
get into your body, and when you're in your body, you're present.
Hmm.
You can feel your body.
Yeah.
Well, even if you have to touch yourself, like rub your shoulders and arms, and
Yeah. Clasp your hands together. Or,
yeah,
yeah.
just move your body, and change your mind.
Yeah.
There you go.
So, and I've done this with you before, that I just had to look up this. I was doing some research from a newsletter, and this quote came up, and it's so appropriate to what we're talking about. And so this quote is said by Alan Watts, and he said, "The person who thinks all the time has nothing to think about except thoughts, so he loses touch with reality."
Oh,
Isn't that epic? That's
oh,
why these strategies to stop the addiction to overthinking. I love that quote. The person who thinks all the time has nothing to think about except thoughts, and so he loses touch with reality.
I just pictured that. I
Yeah,
literally just pictured that and went, oh my God, that's so relatable.
exactly. So it's not an accident that we're talking about this today, and I found that quote earlier just this day
Oh, thanks for putting that in your in your
in my
newsletter. I
newsletter.
like it because it does, because it is about the overthinking. Yeah,
Yeah,
perfect. I
because
love
it's
it.
just like, and this is what you were saying about the loop, the brain looping and looping, because, and I've done this with people before. Have you ever followed the chain of thoughts, and then suddenly you're thinking about some random weird thing of when you were 11 years old and in grade school, and this person said this to you, and then you pause for a minute, you go, how on earth did I get here?
Yes, 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 yes is all I can say. Yes, and it's like but you just go,
Yeah.
go, 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 and then you're like, well, no wonder I don't get anything done. No wonder I procrastinate. No wonder I overthink. Look at you just get, just give
There
myself.
you're off into another one.
There's my story again. It's just verifying my story that I'm just crazy and I don't even know how to like just yeah. Yeah, you do, but then you go, really? This is about you seriously think this is about a 7-year-old right now? No. This
Exactly.
goes back to your present moment. Let's just forget the little 7-year-old. But yeah, you do. Yeah,
Hmm.
totally.
Hmm.
It is a mind loop, isn't it?
It is. It is. And so that's why
Causes
these strategies have to be all around pattern interrupt. They also
mm,
have to be
that's
around telling
addiction.
yourself the truth,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, oh. Truth, and be accountable to yourself. I'm going to add that one along.
Yes.
Truth, which is the same thing, but added a different wording. Yeah.
Be accountable to the most successful up-leveled version of you, which is
Mm.
already actually in existence.
Yeah,
right?
we're just going to lift the veil off. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, when I think about people who lie to themselves, no, that's not me. No, that's not me. No, that's not me. And somebody asked me something recently, and I won't tell you what they asked me, but they asked me something, and she was a healer. I was like, no, that's not me. No, and I instantly jumped and instantly reacted, and then I went,
Oops.
oh, Now the way you reacted at her, like, no, you've got me wrong. I think I
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
much said, no, you're reading me wrong here. It wasn't a reading, it was a thing, and we were doing a strategy call. She wanted to know if she wanted to take me on as a client. I'm like, well, you either know or you don't. If you're that wise. But anyway, so I was already a bit on edge, and she said something. She goes, well, what I don't see in you is this, and this. I was like, no, I have that. And I instantly responded, and I could hear my sharp words, and I could feel my body. And I thought, ooh, she's hit a
Mm,
nerve here
yeah.
because of because of because of that because of my reaction.
Hmm.
So, when we talked about being present, I could feel it in my body and I could feel my reaction. So when we're talking about the truth, the other start is don't run from the truth,
Yeah.
because the truth is there, but there's another aspect to that. Yep, I'm telling myself the truth, but actually lean into the truth, because it's only when you lean into the truth and you go, yes, Deborah, your physical body went, everything went tight. And I reacted verbally that everything just clenched, and I went, no, that's wrong. No, you've
Right,
read me wrong.
right, right.
Um, and my ego just went, I don't think so, lady. You've got this wrong. But
I'll
it was,
show you.
yeah, oh yeah, exactly. Which is definitely not healthy. But when we talk about the truth, lean into the truth, because the truth is there to, I guess, set you free.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but it's also there to open your eyes up. So don't just go, oh yeah, okay, yeah, I've got that, and then ignore it. But actually lean in, just go, yep, actually there's a point there. Let me look at that. But don't spend hours and years and decades trying to solve something.
Mm.
Because you're on an endless journey anyway in life. Well, unless you talk to Maura and I, and we can just help you like that.
And we can help
Um,
you. We can help short circuit some of that.
yeah,
But you
yeah.
know what I was thinking of when you were describing that, Deb, was that what I've written here is that it's so important for us to all cultivate the um, propensity to be the observed and the observer in the
Mm,
same moment, but with compassion. And so in your example, and I think this is such an important part, is that everything and everyone around us is a mirror of what's going on within us. Whether
mm.
we like it or not,
Yeah,
right?
whether we like it or not, can we put those, whether we like it
That
or
was it.
not?
That was right
Quote,
in the
quote.
quotes.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it's really important for us to tell ourselves the truth about the the limitations or the shadowy things or the things that we think, oh, that's not right, because
Yeah.
that's a mirror. So this is why I'm saying the observed and the observer with compassion to go, oh, that's interesting. I just spoke sharply to that person saying, I think you are this, or I think this is what's going on. I spoke sharply.
Mm,
So what did that trigger? What did that bring up? And you may not be in a situation or an environment to actually unpack it all, but just maybe that's a point where you just put your hand on your heart and say, I'm circling back to that, to actually
yeah.
come in and maybe journal it or speak it out to a coach like Deb or
Yeah.
Moira,
Yeah.
um, and just make a wee note in it. Like that's what I've been saying of late. Stick a pin in it, but then
Yeah.
come back to it to unpack it and see what's the gift, what's the learning, what's the wisdom, right?
Well, yeah, because even just going, oh, I can see that and carrying on, that's great. There's going to be another, you're going to see that again, and you're
Yes,
going to,
exactly.
then you're going to see it again, and then you're going to see it again, and you're going to see it again, and it's just
Until
going to
you
ride.
say, Uncle, time out, I got it.
Come on, I saw it the first time 3 months ago and I ignored it. But I like the way is that I'm coming back to this. And
Yeah.
and that's just that honoring yourself, when we talk about the truth. Be truthful to yourself. Do be truthful to yourself as in, do you want to evolve or do you want to stay where you are?
And
It's
the answer is the correct one,
yeah,
whatever it is, because sometimes you may say, you know what, I just want to stay here.
I'm just sitting where I am right now. That
Yeah,
feels right now. Yeah, totally.
yeah.
Totally. Um Yeah, I like that. I like that. When I think about this, I think about the overthinking. We go back, I think we talked about it last week about what you can control and what you can't control.
Yes.
So getting clear on your expectations, which is, and I say um your decisions, your actions, and your reactions. And if you can control those things, then at least you can redirect your energy into what you can control or influence instead of obsessing over what you can't.
Right. And that is what the addiction to overthinking is obsessing on what you can't do anything about it.
That's right. And I think and that goes back to that truth again. It goes back to that truth of just, is this something that I can control or is this something that's out of my control? And if it's out of my control, what can I control in this part? Because it might be a 1 hour thing that you've got to do.
Mhm.
But maybe you can control, I don't know if control's the word. Maybe you can
Manage.
manage, yeah, manage. Maybe you can manage 10 minutes of that and then focus on that 10 minutes instead of the other 50 minutes. I mean, you're still going to have to deal with the other 50 minutes. But if you can just manage those 10 minutes in your mind, then it's a lot flipping easier.
Well, this is something that I think you and I've talked about in previous episodes too, is that let's face it, in life, there are things that we do or have to do as part of this human life experience that's kind of mundane and kind of like,
Mm,
ugh.
yeah.
But when we remind ourselves what's the bigger why, what's the bigger reason for this? I've
Mm.
said that before. We I think we just talked about that recently in a previous episode about I may not love doing the dishes,
Oh,
but I
yeah.
do like having clean dishes to eat from, and I do like having a clean, orderly kitchen. And so
Mm.
therefore, I'm not gonna, cuss and swear and dang, I hate this and this sucks and I don't want to do this and I want to outsource that. Well, it's only me that lives here. I mean, my cat's not going to do the dishes for me.
Yeah, Princess won't. No.
Yeah, no. But do you see what I'm saying is that sometimes when we obsess on this sucks and I don't want to do this and do it, that we lose sight of I'm doing this because I matter. Like
Well,
looking
that goes
after
back to
me
I get to
matters.
choose to, isn't it?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's actually a beautiful strategy to stop the addiction to overthinking is using words like that. I choose to, I get to.
Well, that's just reframing your words again, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, look at the opportunity I get today. Today I had the opportunity to wash my dishes twice, or today I had the opportunity to appreciate the view when I'm sitting there, or whatever,
Yeah.
or have a clean kitchen from this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get to choose to. Yeah, I like
Get
I
to,
like that.
choose to, love to. That's your
Well,
that you say that one. I like
I
that
love
one.
to. Well,
I
actually,
love
I'm
to.
going to put that as actually a whole separate tip because I want to say reframe, and
Yeah.
it's a reframing of that reframing that loop.
Yeah. And so
Yeah.
there's the pattern interrupt right there. That's what I said a
Yes,
minute ago.
yes.
It's like it is a pattern interrupt to kind of go, oh wait. But of course, you get to do that when you remember to be the observed and the observer, because the observer goes, oh, there it is it. There is that looping. So you go,
Mm.
oh, reframe. I get to do this. I choose to do this. Oh, I love to do this. Right?
It's you can't say I love to do something and be in a funk. Even if your voice is in a
No.
funk, your voice actually, oh, I love to like even if you just go, I love to do the dishes and you don't, like everyone now just take a moment and think of something you don't love doing. Everyone right now, just take a moment and think of something you don't love doing. And
Got
now
it?
just yeah, yeah, yes. And now just say it aloud, I love to, and then say the thing you don't love doing. And I want you to say it 3 times loud because, well, more is like, well, this is a whole different tangent from this, but I want you to actually hear yourself and feel your body and just go, I love to, even if you don't love doing it, but say it 3 times slowly enough that it sinks in and feel that and
Hmm.
see what that feels like. So, everybody, off you go. 3 times now. Who laughed? who laugh with that. But just saying that, you can actually feel your body and there's a shift in you. Even if your mind is thinking, this is a crock of whatever, you still did it. You still showed you it's not as hard as what you think. Now, for those who just went, I'm not doing it, well, guess what? You get to do it at the end then. You don't
Then
want
you
to miss.
can maybe even say, you could reframe that into, I
I,
love, I love that I'm not doing it. I love that I get to say I'm not doing it.
I love that I'm rebelling against Deborah
Yeah,
right
yeah.
now.
I
But don't laugh too much, people.
I love to be the rebel.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, hang on it. I do resemble that a wee bit.
But
But
actually, what are you saying? That's a pattern. That's actually an
I
addiction
know.
pattern in you and me.
But I love that. I love that. That was a beautiful exercise, a beautiful strategy, because what you do is you're actually rewiring your mental synapses when you do
Mm,
that. You
mm.
say, I love to do this. I love to make the bed. I love to do the laundry. Whatever, whatever it is that you're
Yeah,
doing.
whether it's something big or not, like there's a gift in there if you choose to accept it. If you choose to see, there's definitely some beautiful blessings in there
Yeah.
from doing that. But just saying those words just gives you a little, a little
It
perk. And
doesn't
if
it?
you
It
didn't get
does
it, then
change
let
your,
us know in the comments
but
because I
it
want to know
changes
what
your
you've been up
state,
to.
doesn't it?
It does
Yeah.
totally,
Hmm.
totally, instantly.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And so that's so stopping the addiction to overthinking is a real invitation into feeling the impact of the words you use and the thoughts you're thinking about
Mm,
yourself and about what you're doing and how you're doing it and the world at large. Those are that's actually inviting in curiosity. We haven't brought
yeah.
curiosity in here.
Oh,
So
what?
curiosity could actually be the key to unlocking that addiction to overthinking. It's like, oh, what's going on here? Maybe it's
Mm,
because I'm scared about something, or I'm anxious about something, or I'm not allowing myself to find my own right rhythm. So having a sense of curiosity, like, oh gosh, in my example earlier about the you following all the different thoughts and all of a sudden here you are at 11 years old and
mm.
some random weird situation, also curiosity, like, oh, what was it that triggered that? And then be kind. Remember, compassion in here too. So
Yeah.
curiosity with some compassion and a sense of lightness of being. What am I going to discover? What am I going to discover about myself if I actually stay present, put my hand on my heart, and allow myself to feel. My favorite question, how do I feel about myself here? When we're in that loop of crazy making thinking, we're not actually allowing ourselves to just stay present, say, huh, I actually feel pretty confident. I feel in flow.
Mm,
I feel on the right track.
yeah.
Or you don't. And then even if you don't, then maybe that can inform you to say, I need to unpack things. I need to reframe or change my state or
Mm.
look at the bigger picture, right?
Yeah, which is I love the curious and compassion part because there is a lovely playfulness in that
Hmm.
when you give yourself that energy and pick to choose from when you do that.
Yeah.
But I was just thinking when I was thinking of it overthinking, me overthinking because I've never done that.
No, me
Um,
neither. Never.
yeah, not even at the start of this call. Um, I was thinking chunking it down, breaking it down, because overthinking puts you into that fight or flight mode and we freeze. We often
Yeah.
freeze. It's just like, oh, it's too much. It's too much to do. I don't know where I'm going, what I'm
Put you
doing.
into overwhelm.
Yeah, so if we
Hmm.
can if we can break it down and chunk it down and go to what's the next step. And so
Hmm.
which I haven't talked about this for a while, actually a long time, which is the 4Ds. But let's get it all out of your head. So these are different. This is one big strategy. So make sure everybody you've got your pen and paper for this one because it's long-winded. So You're going to brain dump it. You're going to chunk it, brain dump it out of your head. All the things you've got that have to be done. Walk through the house, say this needs to be done in this room, this needs to be done, whatever it is, go through the office, look at your emails, what needs to be done, like really break down everything. Now, do not rush that. So do
Mm.
not think, right, got my list and I'm done now, I'm ready to start. Do not rush it because there's going to be more because you're going to keep adding more and more and more.
Yep.
As I keep taking something off my to-do list and adding more to it. But once you've done that, you're then going to go put it into a priority order.
Yep.
Once you've put that into a priority of what needs to be done and be realistic with that priority order. Once you're realistic with that priority, don't say, I need it done. I'm going to have it done in the next hour when you're still doing another exercise, this exercise for the next hour, because your overthinking is going to burn you out.
Mhm.
And we're not here to burn you out. Once we've done that, put it in a priority order, then you're going to go, how much time is this going to take and do I need somebody to help me?
Mhm.
How much time is this going to take and do I need someone to help me? And then you're going to do the 4 Ds, which is you're going to do it, you're going to delegate it, you're going to defer it, or you're going to dump it. And breaking down that just alone goes back to just for today.
Yes. I knew that that one had to come in here just for
It's at the
today.
very just for today. And then it's just for today. I'm just going to do this.
Yeah.
And when you leave, if you're at work and you leave work that day and you've got everything planned out for tomorrow, I guarantee you're going to have an amazing night when you go home. You're going to feel more refreshed. You're going to come back. You're going to have more vitality. You're going to be fresh. You're going to be thinking. There's going to be a different pep in your step from that because you know where you're going and there's some beautiful strategies and structure into your day instead of it being discombobulated.
Absolutely. I would
There was a
I would
lot in that. I know all that. There was a lot.
there was a lot and it's very full. But I like what you just said about the when you're finished your day and you have it set up, you have your
Oh,
strategy and
oh,
set up. I would also add, once you've done that, once you've written out, this is my plan for tomorrow, and now I'm going to step out of my work day, I encourage you to pause for a moment with your hand on your heart
oh.
and
Mm,
take a few nice heart coherent breaths because that actually allows you to stay present and enjoy what's the next step of your day,
mm,
right? And that actually calms your nervous system so that
yeah.
you really do look after yourself physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually, which then makes you more resilient, which makes you much more capable and present to, you step into your day the next day. And
Mm.
just for today, these are the things I'm doing.
You're listening to Deliciously Motivated Mindset with Deborah and Moira, here to help listeners unlock their full potential so they can thrive, not just survive. They've shared some very powerful insights so far, so it's time to take a moment to breathe, reflect, and jot down any key takeaways. What's one piece of advice that stands out to apply right away? Before wrapping up, Deborah and Moira would love to hear from everyone. Reach out with thoughts, questions, or feedback, and drop your favorite tip from today's episode. They're inspired to see how listeners are putting these insights into practice. Let's dive back in and finish strong.
Right?
And just for today. And even if tomorrow somebody gives you a task, you've got a 7 hour day and someone gives you a 2 hour task, I guarantee you won't be as bothered about that 2 hour task because you've already got a structure for your day and you're like, okay, well that I can take two things off there and those 1 hour things can be on the day after.
Hmm.
It's everything's movable, but if you have an overthinking brain and someone goes, I want to borrow you for 2 hours to come to this meeting and do this, you're like, hell no. There's
Yeah.
no way. It's 2 hours with you creates another 7 hours in my work day. And where am I going to do this? Because da 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 da. And you can just see your head running away. But if you've chunked that down, you are just already thinking. Um, it's easier. It's achievable. It's achievable.
Hmm. Which reminds me, a mentor of mine used to tell me to make sure that every day I had some unscheduled time scheduled into my daily routine. Even if it's just 15 minutes or 30 minutes, unscheduled time, because what that does is it creates that little bit of elasticity to your day.
Mm.
Like if so, to your point, if somebody says, "Oh, I need you to do this project, I need you to answer this call, I need you to go and pick such and such up," everything is movable. But if you know that I've got this little bit of flexible time scheduled into my daily schedule, then I don't freak out. Then you don't get into that addiction of overthinking. Oh my God, how am I going to fix this? How am I going to do this? Blah, 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 blah. Right?
Yeah, and I love that scheduled, unscheduled time. Now, in my diary, I have Deb's glitter time.
Oh yes, that's good.
So I have that in there, but if somebody gives me a task, I can pick and choose to put that in there
hmm
or not.
Or not.
Okay,
Yeah.
or not. And that's 4 hours. I've got one is 4 hours. I've got one is an hour, and like every day I've scheduled that in there. Now that means I can go over on a call, or I can do something, or I can
Yeah.
help with someone else, or I can just go outside and walk around the garden, or well, yesterday my glitter time was actually filling the wood bin. Who would have thought that? Going out, doing that, filling the wood bin, cleaning out the wood area, and that took 25 minutes. But that was actually moving my body. I've been on this course, and it's long hours, and so for
Yes.
me, it was about moving my body, going outside, getting the fresh air. So that was my glitter time that I'd scheduled
Yeah.
to make sure I did, which is all the things that actually. I look at my tips and I'm like, yep, I did all those yesterday. I was truth, and I leant in and I got clear on what I can control and da da da. I moved my body and I changed my mind, and it just gives you a whole different persona to your head. It just shuts that overthinking down, as
Mm,
scheduling that scheduled time. But
mm,
get
mm.
glitter time. Do what you love as well. Make sure you.
Absolutely.
Actually, that's probably a separate tip as well.
But I was just thinking about what you're saying about your glitter time was the stacking wood in your wood bin. If you think about it, there's almost all of the elements were encompassed in that. Because so water element is for your emotions. So you are feeling how you felt.
Yep.
The wood is the earth. Wood, and then fire, because you're stacking the wood for the fire.
Well, I
Right?
also had thongs on, or jandals, or flip flops, or whatever, and the spider ran across my feet, so I squealed like a pig. I squealed very loudly. I dropped the wood and then giggled to myself. So I had some bloody good laughter at the same time. So
Perfect.
from that, I took two pieces of wood, I banged them together to make sure there was no spiders on them, and then put them in the wheelbarrow. But it was fun.
Mm.
Now, filling wood, like if I said to any of my friends, "Oh, what glitter did you do today?" I filled the wood bin. They'd be like, "What? That's not fulfilling." It was actually fun, and because I had been in my office for 8 hours or 9 hours or something, it was
Mm.
actually fun to get out and do those things. So I get to choose what I do in my glitter time. No
Yes.
one can say that's not fun. And some
No,
days
it's
there's
not
no,
fun to
I
them, but
don't want to go out and do the wood. But,
right.
as Moira's in summer and she's like, who has wood? And we're in winter, you know, we need the wood. We need the wood. But I
We
got to
stay cozy.
choose
Yes.
my day. I
Yeah.
got to choose my glitter time. And I think that's the other thing, is ensure you do it, but you get to choose it on your terms.
Yeah.
And
And
that's
yeah,
perfectly gold glitter.
yes. You get to choose, and that's such an important piece, is it doesn't matter what other people think about
Yeah.
what you've chosen to do. It's like if it lights you up, that's great. I've
Mm.
shared this with you before, that one of my, I think it's really important, and I guess you could call this glitter time. I think it's very important to have some creativity in your day every day. And so my creativity is counted cross stitch. And so even if I only do 10, 20 minutes in a day, I still do some every single day. And some people will kind of think, well, that's what grannies do. Or maybe or
And
I can't do that, or I'm not, so this is why it's like this is not to fill an agenda or prove anything to anybody other than getting in touch with what lights you up, what makes you feel good, right?
yeah. I'm just wondering what I'm going to do on my glitter day today. I was just like, what am I going to do on my glitter day today? Um, I was thinking, I was just trying to find, I made a note. Last week I talked about something and we said that's a great line. Oh, that's it. Um, Name it, don't numb it. I just
Oh,
found it there.
right. Yes, yes,
Right.
yes. I like it. I like that one
So
a lot.
yeah, so I think if again, if you've got this, set yourself some time to actually name it, journal it all out, vent your thoughts, whatever's going on, actually let all your worries, your problems, like actually verbalize it out onto a piece of paper
Hmm.
and then just let it out if it's sitting in your mind. So just name it, don't numb it. And then you don't have to do anything about it. You can just carry on, or you can say cancel, cancel, cancel. But you're actually it goes back to that truth.
Yep.
It goes back to actually just not hiding from it. Like, okay, well, no wonder I'm feeling like this because I haven't eaten. No wonder I'm feeling like this. I've had 2 hours sleep. No wonder I'm feeling like this. My, my animal's not well, or my parents are doing this, or like any of those things. And if you can just stop avoiding, but
Mm.
but naming it, not numbing it, because the more you numb this stuff, anything, it just gets bigger and bigger.
And when you're describing that, the thing that landed in my head was the truth will set you free, right?
Oh, yeah,
So you're
that's that
telling
old
yourself the
saying.
truth, then that
Yeah,
frees you up from
yeah.
overthinking, right? Because if it is, to your point, if it's, no wonder I was crotchety or crabby, because, I was hungry.
I know it's so, but as soon as but you see any other time, you're like, meh, 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 meh,
Yeah,
meh, meh, meh,
yeah,
meh, you're heavy and everything's a worry, and then suddenly you're like, oh, no
yeah,
wonder, because I've had little sleep and I haven't eaten, and it's now 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
yeah,
Like, and I haven't eaten since dinner time last night.
yeah.
It's those things you go, oh, well, that makes so much sense. But because we move, and I do feel society is moving at a faster pace, or
Hmm.
maybe it's just me, but I do
I
feel we
agree.
are moving a lot. We slowed down in that 2020 era, and then we just went, oh, this is beautiful. We flowed, and then we went, then away we go again. But I
Yeah,
think with that, by just not avoiding that and just seeing that, it just allows that freedom within us.
yeah. And doing that actually reminds you that you're still the boss. Regardless of what the pace is going on around you, you're still the
Yeah.
boss. And you can do what you often talk about that lean in or lean out. You can lean into it and say, yep, I'm going to get this done, this. But you can also lean out and say, this is my time to just regroup, fill my cup, look
Yeah,
after me.
recalibrate. Take a
Yeah,
moment. Yeah.
recalibrate. Yes. Yeah,
Because the truth is everything can wait.
of course it can.
Everything can wait and everything's movable, but we do go into, oh no, the boss wants this, or so and so, or I promised I said something. Like, it's okay. It's okay. It's
Hmm.
okay to say no, going back to that. It's okay to just go, I'll get it to you by the end of today. But you do have
Yep.
to get it to them by the end of today. Like, if you're going to
If
say
you say
something,
that, you can actually say, I'll get it to you tomorrow,
yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah. I'll get it to you. When do you need it by? Great, I'll get it to you before then.
Yeah, yeah.
Right before then. If you need it at 5 o'clock, I'll get it to you at 4:59. Yeah. Um, but we've run out of our time, listeners,
Yeah, it's
for
that time
strategies to
already.
stop the addiction to over. I feel like we've just warmed up. What is going on, Moira? We just warm up, and next thing you know,
No,
we're done.
it's time.
It's time. There's too much overthinking on this. Too much overthinking. But grab your note-taking device if you didn't before, because we're going to just shorten our conversation down to bullet points so you can briefly look at the strategies.
Mm.
Now, I will also say, if we have missed a strategy, let us know. If we said this strategy, and yeah, if you've got extra strategies, please let us know, because we love hearing your strategies. We love hearing this. We often get private messages, not so much in our public thing. We get private messages, and they're like, people are like, oh, you said this, and this has really lasted for me. And I'm like, great. And can you share
Hmm.
that publicly? Because this is the stuff we are here to help you. We really just want to help people evolve. And the strategies we share are personal to us. I can literally go to every single strategy and tell you a story how I've learned from that. And
Yep,
I'm guaranteeing Moira can too.
absolutely. Yep.
So
Yep.
so we're not just chat GPTing these strategies for you. These are
No,
real life examples that we've got. But the first one we had, the strategies to stop the addiction to overthink. Addiction's just such a heavy word too, even that. And it is an addiction. Let's go back
it
to that.
is.
Anyway,
Yeah.
engine.
Yeah.
I know I said I bullet pointed. The first one is heart coherent. Heart
Mhm.
coherent. Bringing you back to your heart, hand on heart, moving yourself with that hand on heart just brings it back to breathing, getting present, and being in the moment. And it just
Mhm.
allows, as my cousin, I can hear my cousin go, calm your farm, Deborah. Calm your farm. And I can it just allows you to have that heart coherency of calming your farm.
Yep. Well,
Yeah.
and this was you led on from that one to say to move your body, like get into your
Mm.
body. But that's what doing the heart coherence does is go, oh, my head had me thinking it was everything was going to hell in a handbasket, as some people say. I
I
don't
haven't
like
heard
that
that.
quote.
I haven't heard that saying for years. I quite like that saying. It's going to be a catchword for the rest of the week. Just for today, just for this week, I'm going to move that word.
There you go.
Move your body and change your mind. Yeah.
Yes. The next one we did was I shared this quote that I came across, and I just love how the synchronicity works on this. So this quote was from Alan Watts, who said, "The person who thinks all the time has nothing to think about except thoughts." And so he said he, but he/she loses touch with reality. So important. I think that's why these strategies are so important. We don't want to lose touch with reality because we're so caught up in the crazy making spiraling
No,
in
but
our head.
it happens. It happens.
Hmm.
Society takes us on this heck of a journey, and society does. Society shows us this journey, and we jump on the train and we run with it. Like
Yep.
it's us, and we run with it. But I love that quote.
Mm.
Yeah, I just wrote quote down.
Oh, there you
People aren't
go.
gonna,
There
yeah,
you go.
just so we know. Yeah. Yeah. The next one is truth,
Hmm.
and truth is uh, being accountable. And you want to be accountable to be the most successful person you want to be, but also the most you want to up level yourself to.
Yep.
So be accountable to your own truth because you're the one who's got to sleep at night from that. But also really go, what do I want out of this? Be accountable and where do I want to be? And
Yeah.
leveling yourself up.
Yeah. I love that. Absolutely. The next one I talked about being the observed and the observer with compassion. So and then I also tagged on to that is that if I'm being the observer is seeing the observed, and it's kind of like, oh gosh, they're going off into this crazy making thinking, but it's the compassion is to ask yourself, what's the gift or the learning or the wisdom in this pattern, in this propensity, in this overthinking chapter, right?
Mm, yeah. And I've got a couple of extra things on that one is that the body will tell you
Hmm.
what it is, and being able to bookmark and go, I'm coming back to this.
Yes.
Goes back to that truth of being the observer and the observer and the observer and the
Yeah,
observer.
that's when I said about stick a pin in it.
Yeah, sick of
Yeah.
it. Yeah, coming back to that because that's again part of your truth, and that's part of that observe and observer.
Yes.
Yeah. Uh, the next one I have is get clear on what you can control.
Hmm.
And I say your emotions, decisions, and actions, but they're definitely once you can actually get clear on what you can control, this is when you're going to thrive.
Right.
And you're not going to be in that uncertain era of that. So just ensure that you can get clear on what you can control.
Right. Right. And I added on, and this is kind of became a separate one, where I said that obsessing on what I can't control or can't manage, sometimes we need to turn that into, is it because I'm getting resisty to the things that I don't want to do? But maybe because in life there are many things that we don't want to
Mm,
do necessarily, but when maybe that could be a red flag or a pink flag to say, what's the big picture? What's the
mm,
outcome?
yeah.
What's the the expanded viewpoint of this. Because I
Mm.
don't know about you, but if I have an expanded viewpoint about something, then I'm willing to do some of the mundane things because it's part
Mm.
of that, right?
Totally,
Mhm.
totally. And I have in here, so I don't know if this was this tip, is I get to choose to.
Yeah.
Was that in that one? Was it? Yeah. I get to choose to, or I love to. That's why I got everyone to do that little exercise.
Yes.
And
I
it just,
love to. I love to.
I
I
love
love to
to.
do the dishes. I love to do the dishes. I love to
Yeah.
do the dishes.
And I had the opportunity to do the dishes twice. Oh, yay
Yeah.
me. You like you think it's a BS thing, but your body can actually feel it, and you can't. There's just a shift that happens within you. There's
Yep.
just a shift. I can't explain it. I just know it. I just know it shifts.
Yep.
That before you know it, you're doing the dishes more. I'm just saying.
Yep.
In New Zealand, we have a dishwasher, by the way.
I do have a dishwasher too, but I take me forever to fill it up because it's just me.
It's my parents. I go to my parents' house and I put it in the dishwasher. And recently, oh, it must have been recently. It was a year ago, and they've been in the house. I said, "Mum, what's this plastic?" She goes, "Oh, that's part of the dishwasher." I'm like, "Why is it in here?" And she goes, "Oh, we just don't use it." And I'm like, "What?" She goes, "No, you put them in the dishwasher, and when you go to bed, I just take them out and I wash them. It's much easier." And I was like, "Oh my God, no, bless you." She's like, "I don't like using the dishwasher." And Mum loves doing the dishes, so maybe I should get Mum to go visit Moira.
Yeah, she can come do the dishes for me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. See, that's part of that delegating thing too that we talked about later. Yeah. Um, the next one I have here is be curious and
Mhm.
compassionate.
Yep.
And when you're looking at this overthinking, be curious and compassionate. And one of Moira's favorite quotes that I love is, "How do I feel about myself here?"
Mhm.
And it just allows you to sink into that. This whole overthinking is literally all about being present and just being feeling and being present in your
Yeah.
body.
Yep.
So be curious and compassionate. And how do I feel about myself here?
Mhm.
And just honoring that for yourself. Yeah.
Yes. So the next one is Deb's really big one, where
Oh,
she
yeah, that
talked
long-winded one.
about chunking things down because when we get into overwhelm and the overthinking thing, we trigger our own fight or flight response, and that just kind of exacerbates everything. And so what she talked about the 4Ds, but before you get into the 4Ds, to actually do a brain dump, like walk through your house, write absolutely everything down that needs to get done. And then once you've got all of that done, and she said, don't hurry, don't rush it, then
Yeah.
prioritize, put everything into priority order, being realistic. And then the last part of that was to how much time will it take? So being realistic about all the different components of it. Once you've got all of that, then the 4Ds are you do it, you delegate it, you defer it, or you dump it.
Yeah.
Right? I think I covered all the points that
You
you did
covered
and
all of that very quickly and concisely,
condensed it.
with certainty. Yeah, I think I bought mine right out. I stretched mine as much as I could. And then we ended with putting yourself into your heart and doing a heart coherent
That's right.
and honoring that
Yep.
again. Just closing that chapter off.
Hmm. Yeah.
Hmm. Well done. I love those ones because it's when you do that, you're actually like, well, no, Bloomer, wonder I'm crazy.
I
No wonder
know.
I'm not getting things
Look at all
done.
the stuff that was in my head.
I know, I know. And I mean, I did a list 2 weeks ago, and I swear I've got more things on my list now because I take two things off and I add five, and then I'm like, no, come on, come on. And this goes on and this goes off. But it's ever evolving. And what I love, and I don't cross them out, I just delete it from my notes,
Mhm.
um, because it's too messy. But I love knowing that my list, there's stuff that goes on and off it. It's
Right.
flexible. And
Yeah.
I get to choose where that goes in that priority list. I put something at the top, goes in bold, and then I put it down where it goes in my priority list.
Beautiful.
Um,
Because you're the boss of you.
yeah, so yeah, you uh, the next strategy is to schedule unscheduled time. So we
Yes.
talked about what Moira just talked about then was chunking it down. So when you've actually got that, when you go home at night, excuse me, when you go home, You actually know what you're going to achieve the next day. You know what you've got on your list.
Yeah.
So ensure that you schedule unscheduled time in there. That's that buffer in case someone goes, "Hey, can I borrow you for 30 minutes?" And you're like, "Hell no, there's
Right.
no way." But
Yep.
if you have that unscheduled time, you go, "Okay, I can just move everything by 30 minutes. I can go and help a friend because I choose to,
Right.
because I have a desire to, and I'd love to." And that's it. That just again shuts down that overthinking. So ensure
Absolutely.
you
Or
schedule
you
your
can,
unscheduled time.
and you can do anything in that, or like, go and fill your wood bin.
Mm. Well, then I've got the next one. It's glitter time. On your
Yeah,
terms, you get to choose. So
you
don't
get to
just
choose.
schedule unscheduled time, but also do glitter time, which is
Yes.
where I filled my wood bin. I know if
Yes.
people said to me, "You filled your wood bin and that was your glitter time." Yes, it was.
It was.
Yes,
Yep.
it actually was. It
Yep.
actually was. Even the spider. Ugh. Yeah.
But and that's actually a good segue into the next tip that I have here is, and this is going to become one of your catchphrases, I'm sure, is name it, don't numb it. And
Mm.
so naming it. What was your glitter time? Name what your creative. My thing, I said that I love to do cross stitch. I don't really
Mm.
care what anybody thinks about it. So I'm not going to numb down sharing that part of me, right?
Oh,
So
I
so
should show you my
name.
cross stitch. I just found something the other day when I was emptying a box. That I had cross stitch when I was pregnant with my daughter was born. I did
Awesome.
a little, yeah, just thought about that. Then I was like, hang on, I did that. You're talented at that. Yeah, you're talented at that.
I
Um,
do enjoy doing it, and I do love the end product. I think that's part of the joy of it all.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I love the name it, don't numb it, because this is you, which then ends on actually. Maura, you better pull a teabag quote too, by the way.
I have a
Um,
teabag quote, yes.
Of course she is. Of course she is. But the very last one is just a reminder. You are the boss of you.
Yeah.
You're the captain of your own ship. You're the driver of your own race car. You're the soul behind your heart. You are the boss of you. You make your own decisions. And remember that.
And so if you have an addiction to overthinking, you're still the boss of that. So
Mm, yeah.
maybe time to rewrite
Probably
that
you,
story.
buddy. Yeah, that's it.
And so the teabag quote that I pulled out for today's, this is a bit longer one, but
Hmm.
it says, the purpose of life is to know yourself, love yourself, trust yourself, and be yourself.
Oh,
Bonk, mic drop.
oh,
Isn't that
say that
good?
again.
The
Say that one
purpose
again.
the purpose of life is to know yourself, love yourself, trust yourself, and be yourself.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh.
that fills my heart. No addiction to overthinking in there.
No time to overthink. That sums up. I've got my little goosies. That sums up the strategies to stop the addiction to overthinking.
Doesn't it? Yeah,
Just that.
beautiful.
Our podcast would be super, super quick if we just talked about how we're doing, introduce how we're doing. Here's the title, and here's
And
a
here's a teabag
tea
quote.
bag, and tell
That
us your favorite tips, people. That's it. And so, what a podcast, strategies to stop the addiction to overthinking. So, there's going to be the standard question I'm going to ask you, listeners, is are you showing up fully for the life you say you desire? Are
Mhm.
you showing up fully for the life you say you desire? Now, if your body had a physical reaction, that's possibly a no. Could be a hell yes,
To
but
me,
most likely it could be a little no. So just be aware of that. But the next thing I'm going to do is, if you like this, the next step is to ask yourself, what's the most meaningful step you can take today, just for today, the most meaningful step you can take today to honor your highest inspiration, which is your goal. What is the most meaningful step you can take today to honor your highest inspiration? Wow. And then let us know.
beautiful.
Let us know,
Mhm.
because we are here. We love hearing it. We love hearing it. But thank you everybody for joining. We trust that you got some value from this. Um, And you will, if you're missing us and you have to wait till next week, just jump into one of our very first podcasts, very first podcasts, and have a giggle and listen to how we have evolved
Yeah.
as a couple, and
Yeah.
how our accents are still the same, and we
Yes,
probably
they
still
are.
do the same
They are.
things. And just see if we brought in any tips, any strategies that were right from that very first one. See if there's anything there. But even if you listen to them again and again and again, you're going to pick up different strategies. So thank you, listeners, for taking the time today to spend an hour with us and on our deliciously motivated mindset conversation. And thank you, Moira, for your wisdom that you've put in here and for your beautiful opening of your heart coherent, opening it up and then ending on a mic drop teabag quote that just again brought me back.
Sealed the whole episode.
Sealed the deal for sure.
Sealed the deal.
Sealed the deal for sure. Yeah.
Awesome,
Thank you
awesome.
very much. And thanks, Deborah, for showing up here and sharing my little wisdom my way too.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
I appreciate your wisdom, and thank you, listeners. We'll catch you next time. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Thank you for tuning into Deliciously Motivated Mindset with Deborah and Moira, where the mission is to help listeners unlock their full potential and thrive, not just survive. As the episode comes to a close, they trust you've gained some powerful insights. If you haven't already, take a moment to reflect on one key takeaway that you'll apply right away. Before we wrap things up, Deborah and Moira would love to hear from you. Reach out with thoughts, questions, or feedback and drop your favorite tip from today's episode. They're inspired to see how you're putting your insights into action. Thanks for listening, and remember to keep thriving.